Hi, I'm John and welcome to Half Dozen Homestead. Today's episode is about roosters. So we've got a lot of roosters. We ordered a bunch of different ones so that we'd have a lot of variety and we'd be able to use them for breeding. The problem is at this age they're all mature and they're fighting, and they're also breeding with the hens, which is causing some not nice looks and pulling some feathers out. So at this point, the roosters have enjoyed a lot of freedom, but what I want to do is build some confinement cages to be able to put the roosters in just for maybe a month and a half until I separate the breeds and then they get to be with their ladies. But for now, we're gonna separate some of the roosters. The roosters are, since they're fighting so much, they're not actually going back in the pen at night because they're too afraid. Like once they're sort of cooped together, they're stuck. So they're staying out of the pen, so they're hiding outside, and that's causing some of the ladies to hide outside, and that's making everybody more prone to getting eaten by owls or nocturnal predators. So I think if we can quarantine a bunch of the roosters in individual cages, that'll really let the hens feel a lot safer, a lot better, and then they'll be roosting in at night where they should be. So to go along with our rooster problem, we need to create some quarantine cages for these guys. And my thought is to use this stuff I've got right here. Picked that up on sale a while back. It's like 1 by 1 by 100 feet long. And so we're gonna use that. Sound good, Calvin?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna use that. I think it's 3 feet wide. So I'm thinking of making the cages 18 inches by 18 inches. So I can roll the length out, fold it into an L, and do the exact same thing again, and then bind it together and then just create some cross sections and cut some doors in, that sort of stuff. In theory, that should work. I'm gonna use side cutters for cutting it, and then I'm also gonna use this tool that I got from Wish. This guy right here. And this takes these U-shaped staples and it closes it. So hopefully you can see that, and hopefully that's gonna work for us. Never used it before. I'll let you know how it goes. See you, buddy. Bye. So what I don't know is if I need a double break in between. I don't know if a single layer is going to stop the roosters from
No.
fighting.
No.
No, Calvin? Calvin thinks no. Yeah, it's working.
Oh.
That's good, eh?
Yeah.
It's late. We've got the start of one here. A bit of the shape going. Yeah, Calvin's helping me. So, 18 by 16 by 18 is what each one is. So I think that's a nice size. I'll do 16 high, 18 wide, 18 tall. And I gotta cut 2 more ends, pop the ends on, and then I still have to worry about doors and all that sort of stuff. But for now, it's at least starting the shape. And my goal is to make like a tower of these. And then I want to be able to throw some plywood on top of them so that they, all the poop and manure will fall on that and I can clean up from there. But it's late, it's way past Calvin's bedtime. Calvin, Bedtime, buddy.
Bye.
Okay, we'll catch you guys later. Okay, so I'm day 2 and I'm getting a lot quicker at it. I've got this one half assembled in, I don't know, 15 minutes. I was able to finish off this one, and after talking to my wife, she said that just having steel mesh between the 2 cages, so it's gonna sit like so. And she said just having a steel mesh between the 2 cages will probably not be enough. That the roosters will probably end up fighting and pecking each other like crazy through that. So I grabbed some Lexan, which I have all sorts of scrap pieces, and I added that in the divider. So that cage that's right there, I'm gonna grab a piece of Lexan, put that in as the divider only, saves me from having to cut extra steel. And then I'll put the top on, and we're off to the races. So again, it's going a lot quicker now. I feel like I've got a bit of a rhythm. I'll show you when I make my 3rd one, but the main thing was to straighten the steel after I first cut it. So that one I bent up while it was still coiled, and it made things a lot more difficult and added a lot more time.
I got some cucumbers and some green beans.
Are you supposed to pick the cucamelons? I know, but they're not quite ready yet. We're never gonna have any that make it to maturity. Because I got boys who keep eating them. Also getting better with this tool. And this tool is a total game changer. What's eating, Tim?
Green beans. And cucumbers are very yummy.
What do you like better, green beans or cucamelons?
Cucumbers are my top favorite, like, vegetable. And
I don't know if that's a
green
vegetable.
beans, it is.
You think so?
Everything our outside garden is a vegetable,
Yeah, but melons are fruits.
except for the melons.
Yeah, but that's a cucamelon. So what do you think? Like, you think that's a vegetable and not a fruit? Because it's a melon.
Yeah, it's a vegetable. Yeah, it's a type of melon that's vegetable. Because cucumber and cucumber.
Mm-hmm.
So cute, a melon. So it's I guess it's a fruit and a and a vegetable, right?
Mm-hmm. So again, to straighten this metal out makes your life way easier. So I cut the pieces I want and then just slowly step on it. I'll show you. So big old arch in this. And all I do is just slowly work it out, push it forward. And it's not perfect, but like, that's pretty good. So then I take my piece, march over here, line it up, and staple. Hi, buddy. So, first 3 cages are done. I'm going to build a rack that can support these 3 cages. I also still have to cut in doorways. I also am still figuring out how I want to do waterers and feeders as well. So I pre-drill my wood. This makes things a little bit easier. Stops it from cracking. 2 stands. Now I plan on fastening my cages between these. See how that goes. Okay. Couple more screws, but it's getting a little more sturdy. Cut these doors. All these edges are pretty sharp, so I may figure something out so that we don't cut ourselves. Then I took a flap of door panel, put it on. I gotta get some sort of like carabiner or clip to hold it closed. But I just took a piece, put a couple of these guys on, and then it's good. So the goal is to install some Lexan or plywood, something that's removable here. So all the waste falls down onto it, and I can pull it out and empty it, clean it when I need to. 2 cages hung, 1 more to go. So it's nighttime. It's super dark out. So right now is the easiest and best time to catch the roosters and put them in the rooster tower, also known as a tower. So again, these guys aren't going to be in here that long. We're a couple months away from, you know, putting them in larger breeding pens and all that sort of stuff. So, but my fear right now is there's too many roosters for the hens, which is a problem, and B, I don't want to lose these roosters. Most of these breeds, I only have 1 rooster per breed, and I don't want to have, like that golden lace Wyandotte, the big one just beside my shoulder up here. I don't have another one of him, and I've lost a number of birds to owls, and if I lose him to an owl, I'm all of a sudden out of that breed. I can't have that breed anymore. So I'm gonna put a couple more of these ones. This is my cuckoo Moran in there, and then yeah, this is their bachelor pad just for a couple months. So the last part of the rooster video is almost here, and we've had these guys in here for about 2 weeks, so I can clean their trays off now. But it also begs the question of, I had more roosters than what 6 cages could hold. So as you can see, I've got a rooster up there, and he's a pain in the butt. I've got 2 of that breed, and I don't like him. He flies. I've trimmed both of his wings, first one, then the other. He gets in the garden, he's eating our tomatoes. He's a pain. So he's one of the issues. The other issue is, I have 3 cages here, and they have 3 different types of roosters in them as well. So I'm just still rooster heavy. And the beautiful thing about chickens is you can eat chickens. So to end this video, I'm gonna take these roosters that I've got, my extra roosters, and I'm gonna process them. Being not a meat bird, they're not gonna be easy to pluck. They're gonna be a huge pain. So what I end up doing is I will dispatch them, and then I will skin them. And then we'll bag them all, let them sit in the fridge overnight, and tomorrow we will work on canning them. My wife really likes to have canned meat, and the flavor you get from a egg layer or a dual purpose bird is awesome. It's better if it's prepared properly. It's better than the broilers that we raise. So I'm gonna catch Mr. Pain in the Butt up there, and he's gonna be the first to go, since I've been looking forward to that day. Mr. Blue won't be flying around anymore. He's gonna become a meat bird. So I'll just give you an overview. I'm gonna cut open the skin, pull all the skin off as best I can, cut the legs off, take the wings as far as I don't need them. I usually only save the drum. There's not usually as much on the second part. And then I get the whole bird cleaned, I'll gut it, and then at that point I will give it a wash and I'll bag it, and then what we'll do is tomorrow we will can it. and then my wife cans it, processes it, and then it can sit on the shelf and we can grab it and eat it, whatever. Not a very big chicken, but we'll end up taking them inside, cutting them into pieces, and canning it. And essentially this whole bird will fit in one can, and that'll be enough to be able to feed our family. So this is the rooster tower finished. It's got all the feeders installed. I've got my trays with a bit of shavings on it to collect the manure. And then I also have these pop bottle waterers. They seem to work pretty good. Eventually I'd like to have an automatic watering system with little cups and dishes and a bucket. But for now, these will hold probably like 4 days worth of water. So that's roosters from start to finish, from building the cage, catching them, processing the extra roosters, and we're super happy to have all this done. Thanks for watching Half Dozen Homestead, and we'll catch you on the next one. Well done.